where the moss builds up, where it turns green during the winter months. And then you just spray it and walk away. You don't even touch it. And the green will go away. And I went, yeah. Okay, great, nice. Magic trick. They said, no, really. On your pool decking or the side of your house, you just spray it on, walk away, and it'll clean itself and look just like you power wash. I went, yeah, right, okay. They said, no, okay, take a gallon and just try it. This stuff blew me away. Every single thing that they told me it would do, it did and did it better. The north side of our homes right now, if you live in a cold weather climate, there's something green on the side of your house. How are you?
I'm doing great, Dan. How are you?
This is my buddy. This is Kylie Watts.
Good morning.
The product is called Wet and Forget.
Yes.
Mold, mildew, moss, algae, just built in everyday grunge, dirt, and grime that happens. You put this in a spray bottle, and what I'm going to recommend is that you use a pump sprayer like this. This is going to make over 4 gallons of usable Wet and Forget. And the deal is really simple. If it's above 32 degrees, that's your cutoff. Spray stuff and walk away. Now, it's not going to clean it immediately. It's not going to clean it even overnight, but it's going to allow Mother Nature to help you in the cleaning process.
Exactly. And you can see it right here with these before and afters. With just one application, you're seeing natural stone right there. And I think everybody can relate to the green, the black, whether it's on the stone, the walkways, the fencing, our siding, things that are really tough to clean. And we sometimes forget to clean outdoors because we're cleaning inside all the time. Wet and Forget is simply that simple. You wet it down, you spray the surface, and you let Mother Nature do the work.
I used to power wash twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. And it was a weekend-long event. And you would think that since you're power washing, it's easy and simple to do. You wind up dirtier than you've ever been when you power wash. The next video piece is what I want you to see, because this is an example of my roof at home, exact same scenario. I have cedar shakes on half of my old farmhouse. And part of the house is in the woods. So it built up. I had stuff growing on my cedar shakes. I didn't even get up on my roof. All I did was took the spray bottle and sprayed it up on the roof. And that application, look at these results. These are after a year on Mackinac Island in Michigan.
403 days, which, and the cool thing about that,
we're not saying it takes that long for it to work. It's saying the results last that long.
A year later, you still have that great result. And even on things like the pool surrounds here, this one was applied, and 40 days later, you still have that crisp, clean, white. All of that black is gone, green is gone. So whether it's the pool surround, like you said, whether it's your fencing, your siding, multiple different surfaces around your house.
And I want to stress, there was no scrubbing. There was no scrubbing whatsoever. Look at that fence. The only way to clean it any other way was a chemical and doing a lot of scrubbing. So now you spray it and just let it go. This happened to be 16 days in Duncanville, Texas. And we have results like this from all over the nation. I have photos that I've actually taken from my own house and submitted to Wet and Forget. Here's another example. When you put a planter out, it always gets dirty underneath. On your decking, your patio, just spray it and it goes away. But the thing that amazed me the most is that you do it now and the results will stay with you for the whole year. This is the most impressive photograph coming up. That's the side of a brick church. Now they had to use scaffolding to get all the way up there, but it had built up with this black grime. And that was after 417 days. They didn't have to power wash 2-3 times a year. They sprayed it once and it looked great again. You just pour it into a pump sprayer, add your water. You've got enough here again to make a full
4.5 gallons.
And a half gallon.
And it's a 5-to-1 ratio. So you would do 1 cup of the Wet and Forget to 5 cups of water.
And it goes a long way.
Goes a long way, and there is no rubbing and scrubbing. You're seeing how simple and easy it is to apply. You literally spray it on, you wet and forget it. You let Mother Nature do the work. And now really is truthfully the best time to do it. As long as it's above 32 degrees and you have 4 to 5 hours where it's not going to rain, that allows it to dry. But the elements, Mother Nature does the work for you. She does the rubbing and scrubbing. You don't have to get out there power washing, doing all those tough things, because the product is doing the work, working on a molecular level.
When it rains, that'll help to scrub it off. I've got dormers that I don't like getting up on roofs. I'm not a big fan of heights. My dormers on the north side were green. and it made me nuts. And the only other way for me to have resolved the issue was to physically climb up on that roof with a power washer, and I didn't want to do it. This is the product that I use. I order it right about now, waiting for a break in the weather where I just have a good 24 hours or so where it's above 32 degrees, and you want to make sure you're not going to have rain for a day or two, and you just spray it and walk away. It's moss, mold, algae, mildew, and just the basic black gunk that builds up on the outside of your home. And it's not just on the north side. You've been to my house.
Yes.
I have a stone patio that I love, but it was dirty every year. I couldn't use a pressure washer on that type of stacked fencing or wall because the power washer would have blown the dirt out in between.
Exactly. Power washers can sometimes be too powerful for certain things, and especially natural stone and surfaces of such. Siding, it's amazing for. That's where it builds up the most for me, the front of my house. And I stood out there one day trying to rub and scrub, and I thought to myself, what am I doing? Picked up this product, and it was so much easier. People are raving about this because of the ease of use. We all have the green, the black outside. This is going to combat that, and I know you love this because this is you.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, for cedar shakes, when you build up that moss, just spray it and just walk it away. Walk away. I've got what we call a spring house in the front of my yard. It looks like this little tiny dwelling, and that's all cedar shakes. And they're old. I've been in the house for over 16 years. It was probably roofed 20 years before that. I was amazed. I went through one bottle, 4.5 gallons on that entire roof, and it looks like it was re-roofed, and I paid $26 for it.
Well, and isn't that funny? Rather than having to replace things, whether it's our decking, we're moving our furniture in and out, you see those rings and lines of whether it's the moss, the mildew, the mold, or the algae. Try wet and forget. It really can transform that surface with something as simple as just spraying it and walking away. So rather than replace things that you might think are damaged, or fencing that doesn't look good anymore, this is something that you can try, and especially on those surfaces that are a little bit harder to clean.
And it's going to be used on virtually anything that's outdoors all the time. So your patios, your walkways. I've got an awning that's on my front porch that I spray every year. This is the time of year where I go ahead, I pick up 2 bottles.
Yeah.
You want to wait until you've got a window where it's above 32 degrees for a full 24 hours, and you just spray it and walk away. Now, it may not clean instantaneously, but you're going to notice in a week, 2 weeks, man, it looks like that was power washed.
But see, for me, I love that it's not instantaneous because it's a gentle thing and there's no acids, there's no bleach. It's not something topically cleaning. It's cleaning on a molecular level. So for me, having pets and plants and things on the outdoors, I love a much more gentle process. So even if it takes a few days to a week, once you see that rain coming down, you'll see a nice transformation.
See, you're a much nicer person than me. I love the idea of it's actually cleaning itself while I'm sitting inside
well, that too.
lazy boy recliner. Coming up a little bit later on, we're going to do all the scrubbing for you. You know, we have robotic vacuums nowadays that'll do all the work for you, but we've never had power scrubbing for floors. Now we do.